They don't think you could do it, but tell you to try when they talk. All I hope had to keep it alive. Spend a day in the Bronx, but you wouldn't survive. Can be low when I pop out, they know I've arrived. I go have conversations with Zoe, he gon' tell me pull up and come say what you know. I've been up, I can count all them days in a row. We don't say what we do, we be making the show. They say I'll be
the voice of the Bronx. We have Bronx Land with the guys that are out here. Can I get a yeah?
Leave them all right where they at. Try to diss me, I bet I don't even react. Put a show on, I bet you somebody gon' I pick me a book up and drink me some water, invest in the stock. All
right, peace and love, world. Welcome to another episode of Conversation with Zoe. I would like to thank everybody for their kindness, for following me week in and week out and supporting the show. Definitely stay tuned. You never know who you're going to see up here. And, today is Yady Day. It's my train of thoughts. Welcome to the show.
What's up, Zoe? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well, man.
Everything
so great
good?
to see you, finally meet you.
Likewise, bro. Definitely happy to be here, man.
Absolutely. So we got Yady Winfrey, Bronx, born and raised.
That's a fact.
Fashion extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? I see her on the show, always dripped out.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah, you could call it like that.
This is what I got from it. Right?
I appreciate that, bro.
Creator and founder of My Train of Thoughts.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Absolutely. So, if someone called you and was like, yo, I got Ja Morant on the phone, and he needs some advice. So, current topics, what would you tell Ja Morant?
I would tell him that I know a thousand niggas that's dying to put the gun down. You're in a position where you don't never gotta hold a gun, you don't never gotta flash it, you don't gotta use it to protect yourself. You famous, you got real security guards. I would tell him it's a thousand people that's trying to get up out that, trying to get away from that life. Mm-hmm. You fortunate enough to be away from it, so just embrace that, man. You don't never want to, and you got people looking up to you, you got kids looking up to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit is not, people pick, a lot of niggas pick up guns not by choice, because they forced to, like, you know what I'm saying? He in a position where he don't got to do that, so.
Right. I feel that's solid advice right there.
Yeah, like.
I like that.
Motherfuckers be influenced by what they see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody not as strong-minded, and it take time to become a leader. Like, everybody just don't got that leadership in them. So, they want to follow something. And I'm not talking about him, but I'm just saying,
in general.
Yeah, like, this niggas out here really getting killed. This niggas out here really dying. Like, seeing their friends get killed and all that shit. So they got to carry a weapon every day. He don't got to do that. You in the NBA, my man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, no reason for you to be flashing no guns. Like, you supposed to be the one that's influencing niggas to get up out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Motivating niggas to get up out the hood. Like, so that'd be my advice to him. Like, if he was saying, I'll look him in his eyes, I'll tell him the exact same thing.
We're gonna send him this clip, and we got some positive advice for him.
That's a fact.
So, what does the Bronx mean to you?
The Bronx, the Bronx is like the Bronx is home team. Like, the Bronx is what made me who I am today. Like, the Bronx is it is what it is. Like, it's a lot of good, but it's a lot of bad, but it's a lot of good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you do the right thing with the shit that if you take the right lessons from the shit that you've been through, you might could be like, you know what I'm saying? It might could turn to a positive for real. Like, so that's my take on the Bronx. The Bronx home team, like, it's good and it's bad, man. It definitely molded you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It molded me.
That's a fact. And it molded you in what ways?
Just like being aware. It probably made me an innovator for real. It probably made me different than everybody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. It definitely taught me a lot of lessons though. Like, like a lot of lessons, life lessons. What else I could say? Yeah, that's it. The Bronx taught me some shit, man. Just New York, period, taught me some shit. This shit is gritty, like, you know what I'm saying? It's gritty, it's fast. It taught me how to hustle. Probably taught me how to, like, for me, molded me to be a better hustler and shit like that. Even though that shit probably already in me, but the Bronx played a big part in that. I don't think if I was from Long Island, I'd be like Yady. Like, I probably won't be me. I probably won't be like, I'd still be me, but I probably won't be Yady though. If I was from LI or some shit, or Queens or some shit. So the Bronx got a lot to do with my whole everything, like, feel me?
Yeah. That big Bronx energy.
Yeah.
What comes to mind when you see a Yankee fitted?
Hove.
Hove.
Nah, my closet,
Yeah.
man. I got a million Yankee fitteds, man.
Yeah.
But if I had to be, if I wanted to say something cliche, I'd say Hove.
Yeah.
The Bronx, you know what I'm saying? But nah,
Yeah.
Yankee, yeah, the Blinkeroni, my brother. But nah,
Yeah.
his favorite shit was the Oakland A's for real and the Sox.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the Yankee fitted, I definitely say Yady closet for real.
Where would you say your confidence comes from?
The lack of confidence I had when I was younger. That's where it really come from. Like I used to be like a follower type shit. You feel what I'm saying? I had to grow into who I was and be comfortable with who I am and realize the influence and shit that I had. So that's where my confidence come from, like the lack of when I was younger and shit.
I feel that. What would you say your earliest childhood memory is?
Earliest childhood memory. Damn. It probably one day we was moving. We used to live in Harlem, right? That's my sister right there too. We used to live in Harlem and we was moving though. We was getting kicked out of some shit like that. And some drug dealer was walking in the building and he dropped a big ass stack of money on the floor, like, and I gave it back. I gave it back to them instead of keeping it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And my folks, like the older people, it's like, yo, why you did that? But that just that made me feel like I was honorable at a young age. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I was honest at a young age. To be so young like that, like another kid probably would have tucked that shit, like.
Right.
But I gave it back. So I could say that's one of my most memorable. On the good side of things, like it get deeper than that. You heard? It get deeper than that. But if I had to just say something, it'd be that.
Yeah. How would you describe your childhood?
Damn. My shit kind of blurred, but for the most part, it was like everybody else, every other black kid, man. Ups and downs and big family and feel me. Like it was like it was normal. You heard?
Yeah.
It wasn't too crazy. I used to play ball and shit like that.
Yeah. Where in the Bronx are you from?
I'm from Webster, 187 from Webster.
187.
Yeah, 187, 188 in Webster. Yeah.
Okay, around Fordham and all that side.
Yeah, around the Fordham area. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. How did you weren't far from when the junior thing happened?
Junior, yeah, I wasn't far.
How did it feel? Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I was locked up for that.
Okay.
I seen that shit. I think I seen that shit when I came home.
Yeah.
You could curse, I'm sorry.
You can say whatever.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, I seen that joint when I came home. Like, it's so crazy. I think his anniversary or his birthday just passed. I was just on YouTube looking at that shit. That shit was sad. That shit was real unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
That shit was very unfortunate. For them to have had the wrong person and whoever, like, it looked like somebody lined them up and shit like that. That was crazy, man.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But we see that shit every day, man. That betrayal shit and that grimy shit every day, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was overseas when it happened.
What?
Yeah, I was playing my first season in baseball.
Oh, that's fire.
I played pro baseball in Austria. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like,
yeah, that was sad.
Like, I think it hit the whole world. Like,
it did.
You know, like that was like George Floyd before George Floyd. Like one thing that just shocked the whole world.
I think everybody was pulling up to light a candle. I heard Beyonce. I don't know if Beyonce pulled up, but I know she met with the parents, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking. You know, still can't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's so much going on right now. And it's normally like things slow down in the winter, but it's like
it's bad.
It's bad right now.
It's badder than it's ever been right now. I think this is a recession. Like, you know what it is too? They gave niggas all that money during the pandemic and then they took it away. That's like putting a kid in a candy store. Motherfuckers ain't never had nothing before.
Right.
Like we ain't never had no money in that type caliber. A lot of us.
Right.
Feel what I'm saying? So when you give somebody something like of that abundance and then you take it away or they lose it or whatever the case may be, that shit'll drive a nigga crazy.
Yeah, I would say 85% of people fumble with that money.
Yeah, hell yeah, because you don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I could say I fumbled my first large bag too. Like I feel like everybody did. Like you even heard like big niggas saying they fumbled the bag when you don't. That when you get the money, it don't come with the knowledge, financial literacy. Like so, if you do what you.
I knew things had changed when dudes was drinking Kazazoo on the block.
Yeah.
Like a couple times a week. I'm like, oh yeah, like We putting up 100. Things
That's a
like
fact.
going to the warehouse early in the day.
That's one thing about it though. I always stayed true to self though. I was still sipping Patron and feel what I'm saying? I when I first got some money, I was drinking rosé a lot, but that's because I really liked it.
Right.
It wasn't because it was expensive or I liked. That's one thing I could say about me.
Yeah.
Like I ain't never do nothing because it was expensive. I had to really like it to spend my money on it type shit. But yeah, you right though. Like that shit was Saks Fifth was looking like Harlem.
Right.
It was looking like 2 Fifth. It was looking like Fordham.
Right.
Not Saks Fifth, the whole Fifth Avenue. It wasn't you gotta during the pandemic, that shit was like every hood like was out there. It was no white people out there.
Right.
It's sad to say.
Yeah.
There was no rich people out there spending money. They was holding their shit.
Yeah.
They ain't know when the pandemic was gonna be over. So
Right.
yeah, this shit is like.
Take us to junior high school.
Junior high school, I went to 118. My jersey's still up on the basketball in the gym to this day.
Right.
I played ball in 118. I was in so 118 they had like programs. So pace would being the highest, and then it was spectrum, and then it was the regular.
Right.
I was in spectrum. I was never like a dummy and shit. I was always like, for me, fake smart. I had my mains, Tay, Leslie, Roberto, my son Terrell. It was and my son Mo Buddy used to come meet us. But yeah, junior high school was dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Junior high school was definitely fun, man.
Yeah. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Kennedy.
Kennedy, okay.
Yeah, I went to Kennedy.
Up top.
Yeah, John F. Kennedy. That shit when it first.
From what year to what year?
Damn, what year I went to Kennedy, Kiwi? I don't even fucking remember. I know I stopped going in 10th grade though.
Okay.
I dropped out, got my GED, started going to Toro College.
Okay.
For me, so.
Yeah, I know Kennedy was a wild
place.
I
forgot. Damn, how the fuck I forgot what years that was. That shit was a minute ago, man. I'm an old head for real.
What would you say the best day of your life was?
Best year of my life was probably 2022.
Right.
This year that just passed, it was a gift and a curse. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I went through a lot 2022, but then I fucking came back on top. Like so,
right.
I would say last year.
Right. What made last year so special?
Cause I want to say this is my first time ever living in a moment.
Right.
Like just living. Like I ain't give a fuck about what happened yesterday, and I ain't give a fuck about tomorrow. It was just whatever was happening now was happening now. Like I went on a whole hiatus for like 2-3 months, traveling from state to state, just partying, bullshitting, doing whatever I wanted to do, just living carefree. Like and I needed that. For the first half of 2022, though, I could say it was rough. So that's what made the second half even more better. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure. What would you say the worst day of your life was?
The worst day of my life had to be May 3rd, 2011, when my brother passed away.
Wow.
Yeah, that had to be the worst day ever.
And how did he pass?
He got killed. He got killed on Web. Oh, he got killed on my block and shit.
Was he older or younger than you?
He was older.
Okay.
Yeah, he was older than me for sure. He was older than me by like a year, 2 years.
Wow. So what he makes like 13 years, almost 12, 13, 12 years?
This year make 12.
12, okay.
Yeah, this year make 12 years he been gone. His birthday coming up April 25th. We gonna make a movie on his birthday. We always do that.
Yeah.
Always a celebration for his birthday and shit, man.
Yeah.
Well, so look out for it.
Yeah, I feel that. When did you go away?
I went away June. What did I turn myself in? Yo, my memory is shot for real a little bit. I went away June 16th. No, I came home June 16th. What did I turn myself in, Rich? What year? 2017, right? I think it was 2017 June, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
how long were you down for?
I was down 14 months.
14 months.
Yeah.
How was that adjustment? When did it hit you like, yo, I'm really in here?
The first fucking day it hit me, because I turned myself in. It's not like,
feel
me? It's not like I just got locked up and then they just kept me like, nah. Yeah. So I was fighting for a little while, a little over a year outside and shit. So, feel me? I went to court, I pled guilty, they sentenced me, and then they gave me like a month and a half to get my shit together, and I turned myself in.
Right.
So I would have to say the first day it hit me for real. I wanted that bitch smacked though. But when I woke up, I'm like, yo, dead. You
Yeah.
know? I called my man. My man, Rich could tell you, he's like, yo, I was like, yo, I'm ready for this shit to be over. He like, yo, this shit just started. Like,
Right.
I was ready for that shit to be over,
Yeah.
but that shit was definitely.
So what was that last month like? Like
What, the last month I was in there?
before you turned yourself in?
Oh, we was partying and bullshitting, like
Yeah.
no sleep. Yeah, that's how I was living. Like I was about to go in. You know, it was bittersweet though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was bittersweet, but I was prepared for it.
Yeah.
Prior to it happening, I was prepared. I knew what I was getting myself into, right?
Yeah.
So I mentally prepared myself before I even caught the case.
Yeah.
And that's not like something I told somebody. It's just that,
Yeah.
you feel what I'm saying? What goes around comes around. Like the universe don't miss you. Whatever you do, that shit gonna come back around. Like, and I knew that. So
How much do you value your life and your freedom?
how much do I value my life? I value my life and my freedom. I think I would say very much. Not as much as I should, probably, but I try to live my shit to the max.
Yeah.
And I try to cherish my freedom to the max as well. Try not to put myself in situations that jeopardize
I hear
either
that.
or.
So I got a little trivia for you.
Let's get it.
Louis or Gucci?
Louis, of course. Come on, man.
Polo or Nautica?
Polo for surely.
ACGs or A Solos?
That's tough.
That's a New York
tough
question
one,
right
man.
there. That's a New
I
York
can't
question.
say both.
You can say both. You can say both.
A solos. Once nigga brought it back. Niggas ain't bring those A solos back
Right.
yet. Give me the A solos, bro.
All right.
I killed those shits when I killed them.
Yeah. Nice little boot cut jean, cuff. You know, Maury's or Pradas?
Give me the Maury's all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pals or Avirex jackets?
Pals. I got the AV right now. I like how the AV fitting me right now, but probably back in the day, probably Pal. I don't know.
The Pal era.
The Pal era. My brother had a lot of Pals. I couldn't really afford them. My brother went Pal crazy though.
Yeah.
I had a few too when I got my shit up, but yeah, I had to say Pals. If we talking about back then, right now I'd say AVs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really fuck with the Pals like that.
Yeah. You remember the rugby era?
Yeah, of course. They had the polo versus rugby shit right around the corner from Wild.
Right.
Polo versus rugby party.
Yeah.
I fuck with the rugby shits too though.
Yeah. It had a nice wave.
Yeah, that's a fact.
All right. So Uncle Murder or Tony Yayo?
Uncle Murder or Tony Yayo? Damn, I would have to say Uncle Murder just for the 2022 wrap up. Just because he came through and blessed us with the first live 2022 wrap up ever on My Train of Thoughts. That was legendary, man.
That was legendary.
Shout out Tony Yayo too. Tony Yayo got to come up here.
Did it drop before the ball dropped?
Yeah, he texted me. He texted me before the ball dropped, like, yo, go up. I was trying to tag him. I was trying to collab post, and my shit was glitching.
Right.
So right when they dropped it on the radio, I had it first before everybody.
Yeah.
I just dropped it because there wasn't no visuals out.
Right.
And it still wasn't no visuals out for a while, so my shit went kind of crazy.
Nah, it went crazy.
Yeah, shout out to Uncle Murder for that too, man. That was legend.
Murder Inc. or Bad Boy?
Bad Boy, for sure. Just because Diddy one of my mentors.
Yeah. Cameron or Mace?
What we talking though? Rap or style or swag? What we talking?
Let's go rap.
I'm gonna have to go with Mace, yo.
Style?
I'm gonna have to say Killer.
Swag. They kind of go together.
Yeah, Killer. I'm gonna have to say Killer for sure.
Have you seen their like sports show together?
Nah, I seen
it's
a
hilarious.
I seen a clip of it. They just dropped it like
it's
2-3 days ago, right?
It's on point.
Yeah, that was genius
like
too.
The sports analysis, the New York talk, like him saying pause.
Oh yeah, that was genius. I just literally clicked on his shit yesterday, but I ain't get to really listen to it for real.
Yeah, Nicki or Cardi?
Oh, don't do that. You can't do that. No comment. Both of them got to pull up to My Train of Thoughts.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
I can't even comment on that right now. That's a heavy one.
Yeah. Big Pun or Biggie?
Wow, she got the Biggie shirt on. We gonna have to go with B.I., man.
Go with B.I. That's a song.
Let's do a pun BX all day. Let's go with pun. BX all day, Big Pun.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, Biggie got hit.
So now we come back to current day.
Yeah.
The first podcast on wheels.
Yeah, that's a fact.
What was the thought process behind that?
Dare to be different. Let's be different. Let's think outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep this shit how we really living.
Right.
Feel what I'm saying? We fly, we flamboyant, we really being sprinters all day. So
Yeah.
let's keep it like that. That was really the thought process
Yeah.
for years now. It just came to fruition
Right.
in November. Feel me?
Right. So when did you first think of My Train of Thoughts?
Podcast on Wheels, I was in the feds.
Okay.
That was 4 years ago. I wrote it down. I wrote down a list of shit, but you know life happens.
Yeah.
And then, like, one day I just woke up like, yo, I called baby bro, I called my little brother Flam Blank. I'm like, yo, we out.
Yeah.
Nobody ain't really know about it. Probably just me, Flam, and Rich. For real. I felt like I wasn't doing enough. I was trying to do other shit, but it required too much of depending on other people.
Right.
As far as like anything, commercial spots, you know, you gotta depend on the realtor, landlord. So I'm like, yo, let me do something where it's solely on me.
Right.
If it go up, if it stop, if it pause, if it come to a halt, it's solely on me. I don't have to depend on nobody.
Right.
It's the perfect time to get it off the ground. So that's what we did. We went to B&H and we just got it popping from there.
Right.
Oh, that's exactly how it happened.
So out of all the things you wrote down, what made you be like, this one?
The podcast. Like I said, it was the only thing that I ain't need no assistance in.
Yeah.
Aside from a driver, which I could hire right then and there, and a cameraman.
Right.
Like it ain't require me to depend. So like when I came to the conclusion that I can't do nothing that I gotta depend on nobody for too much.
Right.
Like I said, we getting ready to do this burger spot called Famous Sliders, and you know, like you need realtors, you need approval from landlords and shit like that. So we was looking into that for like a year now, trying to get commercial spots and all that shit. We wanted to put it downtown, but you know, like Manhattan, that's politics for real.
Right.
So they was giving us the runaround. I started getting frustrated. Now I'm trying to open up my studio and shit like that. Same thing, landlords, this, that, and the third. I was looking into the car rental shit, same shit. You got to get loans and this, that, and the third. The podcast was the least, it required the least dependency, if I had to say.
Right.
I could just get it popping myself. I ain't need nobody. And I know I'm not going to hold me back.
Right.
So that's why out of everything, this one is, and this one came to fruition first, you feel what I'm saying? But now, like, this shit gonna kick in the door for everything else we want to do, we trying to do.
One got to go first.
One had to go first,
One had to go first.
And I feel good about it. So, you know, I'm happy we got it started.
I definitely got to give a shout out to my cousin, Rundown Ray.
Yeah, shout out to Ray, man. Ray used to be in the studio all the time.
Man. That's my heart.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's
he hit me like, yo, that's my cousin. Yeah,
that's
shout
my
out
cousin.
To that's a good nigga.
Yeah, he was the first person.
Yeah.
So I reached out to you before the Fat Joe episode came out.
Oh, what?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but it's fine because everything is timing. But once he told me, he's like, yo, reach out to her. I reached out to you, and that's where we connect. So we've been talking for a couple months.
That's fire.
You know, trying to put it together, but
yeah, we here now.
Yeah, but we here now. You know, so definitely shout
out to Ray, man. Ray used to be in the studio going crazy too.
Yeah.
He used to be in BB's studio going crazy.
Yeah, I want him to take off already, man.
It's gonna happen when it's supposed
gonna happen.
to.
You know, he did my intro.
Oh, he did?
To the podcast.
That's fire.
You know, so he blessed me with that, you know, and it's going from there.
Yeah.
So, what does My Train of Thoughts mean to you?
Just like insightful shit. Insightful, off the surface dialogue. Shit that you wouldn't think, if you looked at me or if you looked at any one of my guests that you wouldn't know about them.
Right.
So it's just like, it's self-explanatory. My train of thoughts, like trying to get inside, motherfuckers try to unpeel the layers when we talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like off the surface shit.
Right.
If I had to sum it up, that's what my train of thoughts is. Just like real good dialogue.
Yeah. I'm definitely into that. You know, you're on Conversation with Zoe today. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
That's what we do.
That
for
shit
sure.
is important. We be lacking that sometimes. Like everybody, it be like motherfuckers be shallow, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not no disrespect to nobody, but I be starving for conversation for real, like with some substance.
Yeah. So, take something away from it, something that you could apply.
You know what I'm saying? You know? So my train of thoughts was just like perfect. Like I be trying to tell niggas, it ain't really about no money right now. Yeah, we want the sponsors and all that shit, but it's more so like If I'm sitting down with you, I want to be able to take something from you, and I want you to be able to take something from me as well. Like,
Yeah.
for real, son. That's not like tangible, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your creative process behind every show?
It's just natural. I just let it flow. It's not really like so the guests and the order it is sometimes it's calculated. Like somebody got an album coming out or something, or they're on a press run.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously I want to get them. Sometimes I want to get into that, but for the most part, it's just I just let that shit flow. I do my research on them, or if I don't already know them, and sometimes the conversation just flow natural. Like it's not really too much of a creative process. I think the Sprinter is just the most creative shit about
Right.
my train of thoughts. As
Right.
far as the conversation, it's just shit that I done came up with, and you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I write down, I watch an interview, I watch clips of interviews, and I write down probably like 5-10 questions of every interview I see on that guest.
Right.
So that's mainly it right there.
Right. So we're about to launch My Train of Thoughts.
Yeah.
And you like, we're gonna interview Fat Joe.
Yeah. Shout out to Joe, man. Joe a great one. Joe is a great guy, man. Shout out to Fat Joe.
How'd you get that to happen?
I lived on, like I said, before Fat Joe, Fat Joe got the store in Harlem. He got a few stores. He got the one up
Dykeman.
Yeah.
Dykeman 207. No,
Yeah.
Dykeman, Harlem.
And right there.
138.
Right, 138.
Yeah.
So before he had that store, one of his closest friends had a store on Fordham called Embody, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. This is probably around 2013. I live on Webster Ave, so
Right.
I used to go in there, cop out and all that shit, and he used to always be in there. The first time I seen him, I think I was close to his friend too. I think his friend introduced. I don't know how it happened, but like, yo, let's take this flick. I'm pulling a fly, I'm copping. You see me. We take the flick, start conversing. He took a liking to me. So every time he was in there, nigga, I just pull up and we'd chop it up. He come to the studio that I owned, and you know what I'm saying, when I came home, I reached out to him for some advice about certain shit, and that's just how it happened. We in the crib, I'm like, yo, who the first guest gonna be? Me and my little brother, I'm like, who else gonna kick in the door? Gotta be Joe.
Right.
I hit him like, yo, Joe, what's up? I'm doing this. He like, yo, let's do it.
Right.
He, without even knowing nothing, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He know I don't do no park. He ain't know what he was walking into. He just
Right.
did it. He had faith in me, I guess.
Right.
So shout out to Joe, man. Definitely appreciate that, man. Whoa, he pulled
That
up.
definitely was a goodie.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
do a lot of community work with Up NYC.
Yeah.
So we did a sneaker giveaway. We
I
did some
I
stuff.
seen that. I
Yeah,
seen that.
so
That's dope.
I definitely got a lot of respect for my Up NYC family.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Slow. Shout
Yeah,
out
that's
to Ruby.
fine.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Shout out to all my guys.
Yeah.
Shout out
yeah.
to Fleazy. You know what I'm saying? That was a beautiful thing. And I came to them. I did pizza for the after school program.
Yeah, I seen that.
Right? And then I told them about pick a teacher, pick a sneaker. Right? Where a student, you nominate your favorite teacher.
Yeah.
And y'all go sneaker shopping together.
That's
and
tough.
they gave sneakers to the teacher as well. And
tough.
Joe approved it, and his Fleazy, his nephew, was able to put it together.
That's fine.
And we did it right before Thanksgiving.
That's
so we actually about to do one at every store. So we got 2 more coming.
I was about to
You know what
ask you
I'm
that. That's only for like holidays, or y'all do that shit annually?
We do it annually. It's gonna
Okay.
be a next thing. So we're gonna
Okay.
do it in Dykeman. We're gonna do it in Harlem too.
Dope.
So
we gotta figure out a way to get My Train of Thoughts a part of that, because I'm definitely all for the giving back. We definitely gonna do something for Mother's Day.
Right.
Look out for that. I ain't gonna really disclose too much, but we're gonna do something for the single mothers for Mother's Day on My Train of Thoughts. Like, do some real fly shit. But if you ever need any like assistance with the kids, definitely all for it.
No, most
For
definitely.
sure.
Definitely shout out to the Up NYC family.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Up NYC. Shout out to Fat Joe too.
So if you had 3 people you could interview, anybody, who would they be?
I'd definitely say Hov, I'd definitely say Diddy, and I'd definitely interview Lauren London.
Lauren London.
Yeah. I gotta throw Lauren in there. She's different. I think every young female need to take a little bit from Lauren.
Right.
Even grown-ups.
Right.
She woke. Nipsey my biggest inspiration too. So they like twin flames.
Yeah. I like that.
Nipsey too, if he was alive, for sure,
That's a
100%. RP Nip, man.
Yeah, long live Nipsey Hussle. That's a fact. I think for me would be Chris Brown, Bernie Williams, and LeBron.
LeBron, that's tough. LeBron is a goodie. LeBron is a goodie. Yep.
And then Bernie Williams because he was the four-hitter for the New York Yankees.
Oh, what?
And
you a baseball nigga.
Baseball guy.
Yeah.
But for me, he's like the unsung hero. Like they violate him the most. Like they say it's the core four.
Yeah.
And they exclude him. But he was on all those championship teams from 96 and on.
Yeah, see, I don't know nothing about baseball.
All right.
Yeah.
Either way, he was. All right, so in baseball, you got 9 batters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually your first 4, first 5 of your main guys.
Right.
He was the 4-hitter for the New York Yankees.
That's tough.
For the Bronx Bombers, bro.
That's tough. I want to sit him for that interview too.
So it's like,
for
him, it's like, why do they do him? Like, I would want to know how he feels being part of the core, but they don't put him a part of the core 4. You know what I'm saying? Ironically enough, it's Jeter, Pettit, Mariano, and Posada. Or all much lighter skinned guys.
Oh,
you know
what? Oh, that's probably why too.
Right? So he's a darker, not much darker than them, but he's a dark skinned Afro Latino Puerto Rican dude. And he was the man.
Yeah.
And for me, like when I was watching the Yankees, that was the guy. Like that was my guy.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just interesting to see like how he's like like usually they do a farewell tour.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
They ain't do nothing for him.
No, they ain't do nothing for him.
That's fucked up, man. He got an Instagram. He don't never be speaking out.
Nah, you know, he's a very, that's another thing. He's a very low-key guy. He just play his guitar and, you know what I'm saying? You don't see him at spring training. Usually they bring out like the old alums and the older players and they do nothing
that's
for him.
Crazy,
He was
man.
a legend.
I definitely, let me know if you already said it, so it's gonna happen.
I'm gonna line that up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Kanye too, man. If I could pick a fourth one. I want to highlight Kanye. He got the most, and he's the most insightful guy. Yeah. One of them.
That's a fact. Kanye. All right. So in my opinion, no disrespect to Drink Champs, but like I feel like a lot of that conversation flew over their head.
It did. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like
no disrespect. I can't even really say what I want. But that shit animated, man. I can't watch that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I can watch $1 million worth of game all day.
Right.
That Drink Champ shit, that shit too animated for me, man. I don't feel like there's nothing really authentic about that shit for real, for real. So and that's no disrespect to none of the cast and none of that shit. But I can't really get with it. I tried to sit down and watch it. I can't really get with it. I could sit down and watch $1 million worth of game. $1 million worth of game. I could watch
Uncle Gillian Wallow.
Yeah, shout out to Gillian Wallow. I was with Gillian in the Bahamas, man.
Yeah.
Oh, he just how he act on TV. That's how he act in real life.
We definitely got to see them we got to see them in the Sprinter.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to happen without a doubt.
So my last 2 questions.
Yeah.
Message to your younger self.
Message to my younger self. It would probably be damn. If I had to talk to my what age?
I would say whatever age you felt you needed advice the most. Or whenever things start to go left. When did you fall in love with the streets or
I don't regret that. I don't regret the shit that happened in the streets. Everything that happened in the streets for real made me who I am. Like it trained my thought process and everything. Like it trained everything. It just ain't never changed my heart. And I feel what I'm saying? I'm grateful about that. But if I had a message to my younger self, it'd probably be not to be a follower.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'd have been a leader head on.
Right.
From the jump. I wouldn't follow niggas. I wouldn't follow nobody. I just listen to me.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, like all the motherfuckers I was following and looked up to, I don't know.
Right.
They where they at right now scare me.
Right.
Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I had to tell my young self anything, I'd tell myself, don't be a follower, Yady, man.
Yeah.
Stay true to self.
Right. Last question. I always try to give game back to the youth.
Yeah.
So what would your message to the youth be?
Girls and boys, or just
the youth in
the
general?
Youth in general.
If children from the Bronx, the children in New York City.
Find something you love and and take it and run with it. Whatever, find your passion. Figure out what your passion is. And work towards it. Whatever it is,
Right.
or whatever makes you happy. I should say. I should
Right.
say, fuck that. I should say, whatever make you happy, then do that.
Right.
Don't do nothing else. Whatever bring you peace and make you happy, then that's how you live.
Right.
Whether it's money, success, playing the game, whatever it is that make you happy and you happy, then do that. I don't give a fuck about nobody else, what nobody else doing. Fuck social media. Fuck whoever you think your role models is. Whatever it is that make you happy,
Right.
and you can sleep good, great at night, and bring you peace,
Right.
then that's how you live.
Right.
And I think that's what I tell my younger self too. I tell myself, I
Right.
still tell myself that to this day, like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Because that's the real success. Peace of
Yeah.
mind and happiness.
Peace of mind. That's a
Don't
fact.
not shit. Whatever that include, then that's what that
Yeah,
include. But
that's a fact.
that's the real currency to
That's a
me.
fact. Well, I definitely thank you for your time.
Thank you, bro.
I'm
Thank you for
super
having me.
grateful. I'm wishing my train of thoughts the best of luck.
Yeah, thank you,
You know
bro.
what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate that.
Run it all the way
And
up.
likewise, bro, for real.
Thank you.
I definitely see you at the top, man.
Yeah,
See,
yeah, we
I
in this
see you in
together.
the sponsor rooms, man.
Yeah.
For real, for
We
real.
in this together.
Yeah.
So I think it's important for the kids of the Bronx to see you and I together and many
That's a
more
fact.
together. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Like,
fact. We gotta get you on
doing
my train of
something.
thoughts too, bro.
Let's do it.
Yeah, for
Let's
sure.
do it.
We gotta get you on my
Slice
train
of
of thoughts.
excellence in there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
hell yeah. That's what I said. Any way you can incorporate us, let us know. We'll pull up in the Sprinter with pies.
Right.
And
Let's do
whatever
it.
wings, whatever this shit is. You
Yeah,
heard, bro?
yeah.
We sliding. Like, ain't never really too much pressure at all.
Yeah.
When it comes to them kids, for real.
Nah,
for
the
real,
kids
like,
will love it. Yeah, I got the perfect school for that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
The
what you
kids-
be on? Like you send them a message too, like, or you chop it up with them for real, or
I get to go to school. I probably go to the school like 5 or 6 times a year. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? I
alright.
got a lot of schools now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I usually go to the schools, like say I'm gonna send you pizza for the first time. I
Mhm.
usually go introduce myself.
What grades? What grades we from?
Everywhere from I got lower elementary all the way to high school.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
we got
fine.
older kids. You know what I'm saying? We
That's
got Murray
fine.
Curry High School.
All right.
We got the PS 157, the middle school I went to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of schools in the Bronx. Last year I was spread out a little too far.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was Brooklyn, Queens, Harlem, everywhere. Now I'm like trying to zero in the Bronx. And I feel like I've had the most impact now. Like I got Jane Addams now. You know
Fire.
what I'm saying? So just like try to really, really lock in on the Bronx.
That's
You know
fire.
what I'm saying? So I still got the partnerships in Brooklyn and Harlem because we
Yeah.
started there. But as far as my main focus,
Mhm.
it's the Bronx for sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
How long you been doing the podcast? I got a few questions.
Oh yeah, the podcast 5 years.
5 years?
5 years.
That's fire. That's
Yeah,
dope.
I make 5 years this April.
That's dope.
You know what I'm
Congrats,
saying? I
man.
started by myself with my phone like this, just trying to put out a positive message. I come from the sidewalks of the Bronx.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah.
blood spills over to the sidewalks.
That's a fact.
I'm from Brook Ave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things definitely,
Yeah.
it got like that. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to put a positive spin on things, like talk about education, sports, even talk to college athletes, like talk to student athletes
Yeah.
on like, yo, if you love your sport, then you gotta love the classroom. And that's just facts. Like they just go like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would I put myself out there to say things like that because it's the truth. You go to college, it's not just about the sport. You know
That's
what
a
I'm saying?
fact.
Like pick a college you could see yourself being at without the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Just being a student.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's reality. So I took my reality and I give it back. You know what I'm saying? So anything I tell you, I'm gonna tell you about myself first.
Yeah. That's
You know,
dope.
so yeah,
I respect that.
I started when I was overseas. I finally had the time to sit down and put out these little episodes, you know what I'm saying? And then the pandemic happened
Yeah.
and we ran it up. You know what I'm saying? I had 27 episodes March 2020.
Mm.
I had 90 subscribers. And today we almost at 1,800.
Fire.
And this would be like episode 133, 134.
That's dope.
You
Shout
know?
out to y'all, man.
Yeah.
What would you say the biggest challenge as far as this podcast should go for you, for the team? What would you say the biggest challenge was?
I would say my biggest challenge was, it was probably be with my inner circle. You know what I'm saying? Like getting them to, remember we talking about something that they don't see.